What's up, everyone? It's your favorite producer, PJ, from the OK Podcast, and I'd like to tell you about a veteran fundraiser that is more than just OK. The Strength Co. will be hosting the 3rd annual Turkey Pull fundraiser for the Simplify in America's Fund on November 16th, 2024. That's November 16th, 2024. Don't go run a 5K this Thanksgiving. Come do some deadlifts and raise some money for this important organization that supports active military, veterans, and their families. You can come to this event in person, or you can join us online, and all proceeds go to the Simplify in America's Fund. Click on the link in the description and sign up today. We'll see you there.
All right, and welcome back to episode 041 of the OK Podcast, powered by the Strength Co. I'm your host, Grant Broggi, and we are broadcasting live from the upstate of South Carolina. Fall has sprung just a little bit. The humidity's out of the air. Maybe that was that hurricane that drove it out, but hurricane relief still big time underway. Nothing quite like they saw in Western North Carolina, but definitely still recovering from the impacts from that. So call your local fly fishing guide and get on the books. Go ahead and give that guy some money and be like, I'll be out there as soon as everything's fishable. There's some stuff fishable within a few hours of here, but businesses like that you don't think about often. So think of those guys. Tree haulers must be making a killing.
No, they're cleaning up, literally and figuratively.
Literally cleaning up. Let's see. The price of Bitcoin is $62,113. Nice. What's new with Bitcoin?
What's new with Bitcoin? I would say that it's still the interest rates. They're going down. They're going to keep going down. That means free money's coming. That means we're going to go into 2020, 2021 land again. I think the number's going to go up. Now the interesting thing that I heard this week was now there's all these exotic like derivatives that you can make off of, the spot Bitcoin ETF, which in plain speak in homeschool talk means all the Wall Street guys can start playing their games with Bitcoin now when they couldn't do it before. So some people think that's going to make it just kind of level off and like decrease the volatility. And other people are like, no, you don't understand. It's different. Bitcoin gets more volatile.
It's going to spike.
It's like the higher the price spikes, the more volatile it gets, and vice versa. So it's a weird asset. So all I'm saying is
75 at the end of the year. What's the all-time high? 79?
75, I think 4 or 5, somewhere in there.
4 or 5, yeah.
I think I'm going to make a call.
All right, go for it.
I think we touch 80.
80. Okay. That'd be cool. And then we go back to 65.
I think it'll go.
The bottom's definitely rising though.
The bottom's for sure rising.
Always rising.
I think we touch 80 around a little after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And we come back down. We drop back down to like 74 into year. That was based on no science, just vibes.
Yeah. I think we've been holding at 60 pretty good. Like on a normal day, like I haven't checked the price of Bitcoin, which is impossible because I have a block clock.
Bitcoin's just waiting in the bushes.
Yeah, it's just chilling,
stalking.
It's just chilling. So if you don't have some Bitcoins, now's a good time to have Bitcoins. Block height is 864833. Shout out Zach Copley, weekly listener, doing good with his deadlifts.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, 80. All right. What'd you say? 84?
No, 80 by
Thanksgiving.
We'll touch 80 this year.
Okay.
That's what I think.
All right.
Yeah.
You don't think it dips at the election? Like you don't think there's election stuff?
It might spike at the election.
Okay.
Who knows?
I'm getting like a bunch of feedback.
Bunch of feedback?
Yeah. Like ring, ring. Is this plugged in?
Oh, your phone. Maybe?
Test. Okay, I think it's gone now.
Okay.
It was just like...
Okay, I don't know.
Jeff says 3 minutes.
Anyway, back in the game.
Well, there's your Bitcoin report.
There you go. The people I was just with, we went out and grabbed some pizza, seeing
Megan
some friends. Megan Kelly. Dave Rubin. And we were talking about all this because we're seeing some friends before we head out, which we might talk about. But they just got power on today.
Yeah, that's happening with a lot of people. We'll tie that back in. So we'll talk about you leaving too. The turkey pull. So our annual event that we do out in Southern California, but you can compete anywhere. We raise money for Simplify in America's Fund, Simplify Fund, formerly known as Simplify Fund, which was a bunch of Marine wives and moms that got together, sat at a table out there around Camp Pendleton and started a fund to support, Marines coming back with injuries, to support guys getting out, veterans, to support families for those that have lost Marines. And so it started as a Marine only event. It's now Simplify an America's Fund, organization, not event, organization. So it's a nonprofit, raises money to help the troops, but like the troops that are doing stuff and everyone, but it's a cool one. So we do a deadlift competition. It's supposed to be laid back. A lot of people lift, but they don't necessarily want to power lift. At the gym there in Costa Mesa, we have a lot of people that lift weights and are strong, women in their 60s and 70s and, men in their 60s and 70s and young kids, but they lift for the reasons we have convinced them to lift, for general strength and wellness. But it's like, hey, you're strong. You should go do it. But they don't want to put on a singlet and a unitard and spend 12 hours while guys crush Monster energy drinks and eat gummy bears and the place stinks and, the powerlifting world. Nothing wrong with that. I've done it quite a few times, but some people don't want to do that. So we do this thing, the turkey pull, all the proceeds. We write a big check to the Semper Fi Fund. If you're coming in person in Southern California, it's $75 to help put on the event. We feed you tamales at the end. The Semper Fi Fund reps come out and, we present the check. If you just want to participate, get a t-shirt and give a little money. You can do that online. It's $35. So you can go to thestrength.co, our, company website, go to apparel and more. You'll see the turkey pull registration. If you're local in SoCal, you can go to gyms.thestrength.co, go to our gym page. It's there as well. You can buy for both things on both sites. So it shouldn't be hard to find. Say a lot to say. I was talking to the Semper Fi Fund today, talking about getting a rep out to the California event. And her sister-in-law, our rep is in California, but her brother. Yeah, her brother. And so her brother and sister-in-law, there you go, are married. They live in TR.
Oh.
And they got power yesterday.
Yep.
Yeah. So, it's been, I forgot why we brought that up. I know I brought the turkey pull up, but you said something about, the people you were with just got power.
Yeah.
But you were just commenting on
just how crazy it is. Yeah.
And now you got Milton.
Now I got Milton. Did you hear that the government's like directing all the hurricanes now?
Yeah, I don't know if I believe that.
Well, it's not about believing it. It's just about the fun of the conspiracies.
Yeah. Well, in South Carolina, we just call those theories. Yeah, we just call those observations.
That's a fun one.
I did hear about the government directing the hurricanes, but I'm sure we'll have more weather talk. We'll talk about you moving, but let's get these guys on here. All right. Episode 041 of the...
Okay.
I literally said Trey, Jeff, Jordy.
Yeah.
Trey, Jeff, Jordy. Is that
Trey
different than normal?
wasn't saying
Why would you
anything,
change?
so
We've been
that's
doing
not
it
usually
for
the order.
We've been doing it 41 times. Why would you change it?
All right, my bad. Jeff, Trey, Jordy. PJ,
Okay.
my bad. All right,
Start again.
don't fix that in post. All right, and welcome back to episode 041 of the...
Okay.
Okay.
Guidons.
Okay.
Podcast powered by the Strength Co. and sponsored
Better every time.
Sponsored by BW Tax. Funny. I saw BW the other day. Great guy, even better at taxes. I see him
That's
almost
what we
every
always
day.
say.
But yeah, I saw him the other day, and he just walked out of his office. He's in tax mode. There's a tax deadline, 7 days from now, October 15th. Everyone only knows about April, but don't forget about October 15th.
It'll get you
for,
What's up,
for businesses.
hashtag extensions?
Yeah, if you don't know that this is a tax season right now, then you probably don't have the CPA that you need. So you should call BW. But anyway, he's got client after client. I'm in there shipping t-shirts, inventory and stuff. And he just comes in. He goes, dude, sometimes people are in my office and I just have this urge to go like, okay. And he's like, and I just have to hold it in. I was like, don't hold it in. No BG, no battery gun. He's ever held it in. Just let it loose.
That's so true.
Anyway, sometimes we forget our sponsors. We've never forgotten our sponsors, but they got an early ad read.
Because they don't forget you.
They keep the lights
Confucius
on.
say, don't hold it in.
Yeah. It's the art of war.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Harry Potter.
Confucius wrote the art of war.
Confucius. Yeah. Sun Tzu. Sun Tzu.
His brother,
Yep.
Sun Tzu. Yeah.
Yep.
Yao Ming.
Yep.
Yao Ming.
they made a comment, so if you're looking for coaching, we offer some coaching services at the Strength Co. Cheapest variation, you can come onto our Slack channel. It's $29 a month. We have a form checks channel. We have a program channel where a program gets posted every week. If you're a novice and you're going through the novice starting strength program, we can help you there. About 220 lifters, I think, these days. So a lot of like-minded people. We talk sports during college football, which we talk about a lot tonight. But anyway, we also have live coaching services. You can pay, come on and get live coaching, get a small group. You got to be vetted. Obviously, don't think you're just going to give us money and get in there. But in any event, I coach a group of about 9 guys every Monday, Wednesday, Friday morning, and had them all in there. And someone said, someone was saying something about knee pain. Like, I'm going to butcher this, and I'm not doing it to be funny, and Jeff will clean it up in real time. But they were like, there's no spoon. There's not a spoon. Mm-hmm. Like, there isn't a spoon. And I was like, what? And then one of the guys who knows me well, also named Jeff, Geoff,
misspelled,
was like, yeah, we have to bring Grant up. I was like, what are you talking about? They're like, The Matrix. And I was like, I've never heard about the spoon. I've just heard about 2 pills, like red and blue.
There is no spoon. That's
right.
I'm also impressed that you know that much about it.
Well, there's just so many political memes, which might take us into political ads where it's like red or blue pill. I'm like, I don't love either pill, but I'm definitely taking the red pill. So that's why I know.
Down for adventure. Okay.
Yeah, red buttons seem to do more stuff.
Is he referring to the spoon that spins around, that he moves with his mind?
I think it's the one where he bent it and then he was he's like, how'd you bend the spoon?
That is literally what I just said.
You said spin around.
He said bent.
Yeah.
Spin. Yeah. Anyway.
Was it the Oracle he goes to see?
Yeah, he sees the
old lady
Oracle
making cookies.
This is the second. I think this is the second Matrix.
No, they said it was the first Matrix because they said there's only one real Matrix, and I said there's only one real Star Trek too, and it's Lord of the Rings, and they all laughed at me.
Is it the first? Okay.
It is.
And she's when you're ready, you'll understand there is no spoon or something. I think it's
something like that. Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Great
It's
movie.
like Keaton Riviera or something.
Yep, Keaton Riviera, star of the Matrix.
Keanu Reeves.
Killed it. Good old Keaton Riviera.
Wow.
I get
Trey's
Keanu
mic
Reeves.
is going.
He's just yelling. It's not
You
the
get
mic.
Keanu Reeves?
I get Keanu Reeves a
fired
lot. I get people asking me or telling me I look like either Keanu Reeves or Miles
Ooh,
Teller.
I see that.
Yeah.
I can see.
I get-
I can see that.
I see that.
I get
They had a
Steve the
baby.
Pirate from Dodgeball.
Wait. Oh, you
Steve the Pirate from Dodgeball. I'm telling you, that's like the most common one I've ever gotten. I'm like,
Steve the
with
Pirate. Start doing starting strength. Yeah.
with mustache, without mustache, I always get Steve the Pirate.
Hold on. I got to find this guy.
That's pretty good.
Jeff, who do you get?
I don't know.
Besides like
That one.
Brad Pitt and,
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Like that one.
I mean,
George
maybe.
Clooney.
Ryan Reynolds.
Chris Hemsworth, especially when I have
He's
my
just a
shirt
ginger.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, same. Because he got
Yeah.
just 6-pack all the time.
Ronnie
Big
Coleman.
6-pack guy.
Yeah.
Trey, what do you-
Everyone calls me Ronnie Coleman. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
It's me, Jeff. It's
What do
me,
you
Jeff.
get, Trey?
A while back, I got Tyler the Creator a lot, even though he's black.
Dude, you do look like a white Tyler the creator.
I get that. I
I don't know why you guys had to distinguish the color.
Oh, well, I don't see color.
Yeah. I only see blue and red.
Exactly.
When it comes
Especially in my
Dude,
commercials.
That's actually the best. That's my favorite one. Trey being
Tyler the
Tyler
Creator.
the creator.
In South
Yeah.
Carolina, we just call that a
see
creator.
The
Yeah.
Creator.
Yeah, you
I figured you just call
Yeah,
I figured you just call him Tyler. Yeah.
he looks like
Yeah,
Tyler.
it's called Tyler.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought in South Carolina you just call him Tyler, but okay.
All right. So make sure you include,
No, we're gonna have graphics up and everything.
Steve the Pirate. Well,
the guy
maybe even on the
from
thumbnail.
Dodgeball.
Well,
Yeah.
there's gonna be some backlash as a blackface if I do that, but
Wow.
Like, I'm not saying make my face black.
he's not
You just
saying
put
he's
Tyler the
black.
Creator on there.
To put
Hey, you
figure
should
out
do
who
that.
is black.
You should do that for Halloween and see if you get more Tyler the Creator.
yeah, dude.
What's the
Yeah, probably not. Probably not.
What's the movie with the guy from Iron Man? where he was black, like fighting in the jungle?
Oh,
white.
I know what you're talking about.
Tropic Thunder.
Tropic Thunder. Yeah.
Great
I mean,
movie. That's a funny movie.
Great movie.
Robert Downey Jr., right?
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's
yeah. Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey,
I mean, I guess we got to jump right into
wait, hold on, real
political
quick.
ads.
Real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Patagonia
Look at this
hat.
It's a good looking hat, huh?
It's a great looking hat.
Got this in the
Nice.
mail today
Nice. I can tell.
from our secret Santa.
Dude,
it's a sample.
my secret Santa sent me a
What's got
fisherman's.
it in?
My secret Santa sent me a fisherman's tote made by the same brand.
Yeah.
And my
Who's
wife
that
likes
tote?
it so much, it's just like a grocery getting bag because you can just carry so much stuff in it. It's like unbelievable.
It never ends.
Never gotten to fish with it, but
But I bet it would be nice. Yeah.
Maybe we'll get you another. We'll get you another one.
no, don't give me anything before I move. I don't need any more stuff before I move.
Send him 10.
People are like, "Oh, you're having a baby.
Got
Send me
it.
your address." I just send them like my California warehouse. I'm like, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see anything. Please no.
They're like,
Please.
no, that must be. He must have sent the wrong address. I know.
Yeah.
I'll get his South Carolina address.
It's a onesie. Don't you have room? No, I don't have any room.
All right. Apologies.
Uh,
I appreciate
yeah, what
the
are we
hat.
jumping-
Good looking hat. Like the hat.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
What are we jumping right into?
It's just, I mean, we kind of touched on political ads. Let's just jump right into it. Tis
Oh,
the
man.
season for
Yeah. I mean,
political ads, political text messages, political phone calls.
Oh, man.
There's probably political drones dropping pamphlets on people's doorsteps. It's just all sorts of stuff. I love it. I'm just so glad.
Probably.
So glad there's an election.
Political hurricanes.
Political
Yeah.
hurricanes.
Yeah.
Political
Abby said-
Teslas driving
Abby said
around
at this
now.
point, Abby's like, at this point, I don't care who wins. I just want these commercials to be over.
Yeah.
Was her Abby's direct quote. They're unhinged out here. Old Ted Cruz running against what's his name?
oh, so you're not even talking about the presidential ones.
Oh, you're going down
I thought you were saying the presidential
state
ones
ones.
because of the border.
Ah.
No, state ones are unhinged, man. They're
Really?
all over the place. But
Is Lion
Yeah.
Ted still a thing or is that over?
no, it's what's his name? Colin.
That was just a.
Aldred. Is that his name? I can't remember. The
don't
guy
know.
running
Do you
against
still have-
Ted
I don't
Cruz.
know.
Do you still have Pete Buttigieg or Butt
That's
Checkers?
Indiana.
Oh,
That's
is it?
Indiana.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
I thought it was
Who's
Texas.
the?
I don't want to claim
Isn't
him
there
this
somebody
way.
in Texas?
Oh,
Yeah.
you're thinking of Beto O'Rourke.
Yeah,
yeah.
I was like, there's someone in Texas.
Potential sponsor.
my boy
Beto
Jeff,
F.
he always knows where I'm going. I can say Pete Buttigieg, and he's like, oh, he means Beto O'Rourke.
Beto O'Rourke. How's Beto?
No, I think
dude?
he's not running this time. They hired or they got somebody else to run in his place. So I think he didn't, since he didn't win. They're trying to find somebody else who would beat Ted Cruz.
Okay.
Oh man,
So
Ted.
I don't know. They're-
Mark Ripito.
yeah, Got a libertarian ticket.
That's Rips
That's
running.
I vote
Yeah.
for him.
No, man. Every other commercial, I was like, man, ready for these to
Oh,
be
yeah.
ready to be done.
Constant, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, you get the text messages too.
Oh yeah.
That's true.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever
I
replied
love
back to him?
texting. Stop. Back. I
Yeah.
love texting. Stop.
Oh no, I reply back my political views on whatever they're talking to me about.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, I just
Oh,
text
let's
them
engage in a
back.
conversation.
Yeah. Wrong guy.
My vote can be bought. That's what I always text back.
What do you find more annoying?
Commercials.
Oh, like
Yeah, like
Oh.
text or commercials.
Texts.
commercials for me.
Commercials.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think it's commercials for me too because I don't know. Like, I just have my phone in too many places. And then we have a couple business phone numbers. We use software for that. Open Phone, potential sponsor. But I'm just so used to like seeing like a 82705 or like whatever the 5-digit, auto text is. And I'm just like, delete.
Yeah.
So those don't really bother me. But the TVs.
Mark as spam. Yeah.
Yeah, the TVs.
I just watch
annoying.
YouTube, so
Well, it's even like going somewhere. So like Dee's got this pregnancy urge for jalapeno poppers,
Wow.
which is like a food group that's
As you
near and dear to my heart.
They're pretty
And
good.
so we go and get them. But like we went today, and it was like we're sitting there on this porch and we're eating jalapeno poppers, and I'm trying to watch Mets Phillies. Mets won. Go Mets. Hate the Phillies. And and I'm like, Sean Shep, shout out. And it's like
Kamala Harris.
Yeah, and it's like the coming across the border, the rapists, the murderers, the this.
They're
and I was
eating
like,
the pets.
I was like, this is so intense. Like I'm trying to enjoy 74-degree weather.
Yeah, it's like a movie trailer.
Ted Cruz has one. It's probably like me and Abby always laugh at this one, and it's like, we love our daughters. Daughters in Texas are really strong, and it's like them playing sports. But Colin Aldridge wants males to play in female sports, and then it's just like a shadow of this, like supposed to be Colin Aldridge, like tackling a girl. And I'm like, this is out of control. This is ridiculous. I'm like, who came up with this? It's like an SNL skit is what it reminds me of.
Dude,
I'm like,
that sounds like an SNL
like,
skit.
this is real?
I'm like, who thought, this is a good idea.
Gold.
Hey, you remember it though.
Yeah.
To be fair,
enough.
You're talking about it, so maybe
That's
it worked. I'm just saying.
Right. I don't know. I feel like everyone. I feel like 49% of people have, or 99% of people have their mind made up. They don't need commercials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
There's
Mark
swaying.
There's not swaying a lot of people.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you feel like Elon throws in a wrinkle?
Nah, because no one who didn't support him before is going to change their mind. Like, I don't know. I think it's still in the silo. Like Elon talks to certain people. Those are the same people that Trump talks to. I don't think that anybody on the other side is like, oh, wait, Elon said that? They're going to be like, oh, Elon, the evil guy, Elon.
Yeah, they're going to go, oh, now I hate Elon.
Now I hate him more. Yeah.
Tesla for sale.
I think he reaches some interesting people.
I think he might reach some rich people in Silicon Valley that could donate a lot of money to a campaign. That's the only.
Okay, so what does donating money do? At the end of the day,
more ads.
So
really, Elon's
more text messages,
for more votes, right?
For more votes, but
okay. So then, therefore, people switched.
But didn't we start saying that the ads aren't doing much?
I was just saying. I think Elon.
He has some sway.
I think he's got some sway.
Yeah.
I think he's because I think a lot of tech bros just don't care. And maybe he gets people that wouldn't vote to vote. I don't know.
Do you think? Do you think he has more sway than
Taylor
RFK?
Swift?
T-Swift?
Yes.
Swift.
Actually, I don't know. RFK is an interesting one.
RFK is
because he's always been a Democrat.
Yeah.
And kind of known for it. He still kind of leans that way.
I just love the fact that all of you guys think that it's like a real government election where if there's more votes for one person, that person wins.
No.
Dude, I talked the second question. No, here's
the
something.
fix is in, baby.
So I had some movers show up to my apartment yesterday to obviously move some stuff. We're sitting there waiting for
he's moving. Yeah.
We're waiting for a truck to clear out so they can come in. And the second question he asked me, he's like, so you think this election's gonna be real? And we had a whole conversation about that. And he's like, yeah, who you think is going to win? And I was like, dude, that's a pretty bold question to just be like, hi, how are you? Should we park here? Next question. Is the election going to be rigged? I'm like, well, nice to meet you, sir.
Right? Do it. You want to know whose kind of stuff you're moving.
But I think everyone can agree. No one likes political ads.
No, dude.
Yeah.
True.
Are there any you remember best of all time?
I feel like that one I described is probably
that one.
That one's pretty dang good.
I'm like, this is unhinged.
I really want to see it. I'm going to find it on YouTube.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. I'll send in the link.
Yeah. Potential sponsor.
Okay, next slide.
Next slide.
Love it.
We should run a Kamala Harris.
You didn't put it in the Slack. You didn't put it in the thing, but we did see video evidence that there was some amateur lifting that was going on.
Oh, yeah. Can we get an amateur lifting update?
Oh, yeah. Hey.
Ooh.
If you have tax questions, who do you call? BW.
BW tax.
Lifting questions.
Call Trey.
Talk to Grant. Yeah, or call Grant. Don't call Trey. No,
call Trey. He'll give you Grant's number.
I had a 30-minute window about this big. And
Carpe diem.
Yeah, I seized the window. I did 3 sets of 5 overhead press Nothing too crazy, but
Okay.
trying to get something in. I'm like, man, I got to eat dinner because Abby had the girls.
I got to press.
She was heading home. I'm like, I got to eat dinner, but I also have, I could get a little quick lift in. So did a little like 25, 30-minute session of overhead press, man. So trying to get this train rolling again.
All right.
But,
back in the saddle. What was that first time in a month?
It's been a minute, man. Especially for overhead press, it's been a minute. Yeah.
Like maybe like episode 024.
Yeah, let's call it a month. Yeah.
Let's call it a month.
Yeah.
Round down in this case.
Yeah. But it felt good. Yeah, no, man. It was still moving pretty good. So it was found a good starting point. So
what's your favorite
keep
lift?
It rolling from there.
What's your favorite lift out of those?
Out of the four?
Like the four.
The four main ones?
Yeah, the main, like bench, squat, deadlift, press.
My favorite, probably squat.
Ooh.
But nice. I did have a question that I posted in the Slack. Amateur lifting question. How much, and I guess, I don't know, I'd be curious kind of what you're taking. Whenever you're coaching somebody new, let's say they came from, hey, I just brand new to lifting, sedentary lifestyle, trying to get back in shape or get into shape. How important do you emphasize getting your steps in? But not lifting, just like doing something, like just walking.
Yeah, I mean,
doing something.
Like overlifting or just in general, like how much do I think like moving around is good?
Like, do you emphasize that? Like if somebody comes
I emphasize that. So like, here's how I emphasize it. If someone comes into the gym, they're sedentary, maybe they want to lose some weight or they're just sedentary. Right. And so then now they start lifting. And if you lift weights, even if you do it like pretty correctly, like your joints get worked. And if you have been sitting on your butt, then all of a sudden, on the days you're not lifting weight, stuff can hurt. And so when people come to me and they start lifting, I'm like, hey, you're about to do something kind of aggressively, add 5 pounds every time. And, it's going to get harder each time. You need to make sure that you're recovering. One of the ways that you can cover is through movement. So I like that. And I also like that. I'd say the most I use it is when someone comes to me and says, hey, what kind of conditioning should I do? And I just ask them like, hey, how much are you moving? And, if they have a watch, right, or something, then they have an accurate depiction. But most people have a phone. I'm like, Joe, just pull out your iPhone right now. And it's, it's like 4,500 steps. Mm-hmm. And because on the long game, I'm not a JTAC, but I am a strength coach and I'm after behavioral change. I'm just like, hey, why don't you get 10,000 steps for the next 2 weeks every day? And then we'll add in some conditioning. And conditioning, when I think of it, I think of high, intensity interval training. Walking is not necessarily that, but it's a more easily accessible behavioral change where someone is like actively like, okay, now I'm going to do this thing. So yeah, I'd say I use it a good bit. And especially if people are like very overweight, I don't know what them getting on the assault bike for like, what's the show? Biggest Loser, right?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously those people lose a lot of weight, but I'd still argue that a lot of that's in the food coaching. But I don't know what them getting on and, doing a HIIT session on an assault bike, is that better than like getting up and moving around? I'd probably make the argument getting up and moving around more. I'm a steps fan.
Big proponent.
Yeah. I mean, the problem that you'll run into is you'll make psychopaths. So they'll get like 10,000 steps a day. And then they'll be like, yo, last night I was about to go to bed. It was 11:45. My wife and I were watching TV and I realized I was 200 steps short. And so I, went down to the garage and came back. And I'm like, well, that didn't do anything. At the same time, very quickly, can you go from being a 10,000 steps every day person to all of a sudden like down to like 6? Yeah. But, if you're like, hey, I'm going to try to like have this like walking baseline because my job is I sit and then like one night you're going to go to bed and you're at 9,200 steps. Like, brother, just go to bed. Like you're fine.
The sleep probably.
Yeah, the sleep is more. Yeah. And then like, well, is 9,500 enough? Is 9,000 enough? Is 8,400? I mean, it's like, well,
when you see it.
Yeah. So
I don't know, it seemed like a good way, especially if you had like an older client who came in He's like, hey, I don't run anymore. I want to get into some like resistance training, but also I'd be like, oh yeah, steps are very easy for you to do, especially at an older age. So
yeah, it's a very easy thing to do. Everyone
Low
has
impact.
shoes, and most people have legs, so it's like they can go for a walk. So they don't need any equipment. They can just go and do it. But I also think it's like really useful for recovery.
Yeah.
Because folks that, especially like when people get strong, like, they're not squatting double body weight or something, and then they're not moving, but they're lifting really heavy, like stuff just aches more. There's not as much blood flow, low back.
I feel that. I'm not even old.
Yeah, not even old.
I'm not even old, and I feel that in the hips, hip flexors.
Hips don't lie.
Yeah.
I've always said that.
That's
it. So yeah, man, three sets of 5 for overhead press, 135. And so I guess try to do something tomorrow.
Deadlift tomorrow.
500 YOLO.
I would deadlift tomorrow because
how many sets of 5?
maybe like 2. But I just think sometimes when you're coming back, it's actually easier to start with a deadlift because there's less things that are going to get sore, but still stuff that gets worked. So yeah, I'd probably deadlift tomorrow and then, bench the following day, squat the following day, 1 lift a day.
Hey,
I like it. Just do something, right?
Yeah. I mean,
that's it. Hey, that's the update.
Yeah. All right. Good update.
Trade or a quick trade. Do you like track your steps at all? Is that something that you kind of pay attention to, or nah? At this point,
it's more of like at the end of the day, like my Garmin will send me of like how little steps I have taken that day. So that's basically what it's been. I don't know. So the daycare that we take the girls to is super close to the house, and so we started walking them there. I don't know, man. Just especially like my job, like I'm in the car so much, like driving from client to client. So it's trying to find the right time. So yeah, either doing something in the evening, doing something in the morning, trying to up the steps. 10,000. How many miles is that? 4, 5.
Yeah, like 4, between 4 and 5, depending on the person.
Yeah.
Jeff, do you track your steps or anything, or fitness trackers? Are you into that?
I have it as like one of the pages on my like Garmin, so I'll just like click down and I don't know.
How far is work? How far is work?
It's like less than a mile, like mile-ish. But then I'm pretty much walking around like the whole day. So
okay. So you crush the steps.
I feel like I usually end up hitting like average day, like 12,000. If it's like I'm back and forth all over the store, I went running that day, then like 20,000 ish. So I'm on my.
Did you pick 10,000 steps just arbitrarily, or were you like, this is a little bit? I think that's just the number that kind of gets
thrown out there a lot.
Okay.
And mine is like, I guess, you get your steps for that day, and then like it does some sort of average calculation, and then like is like, oh, like today I'm supposed to get like 11,300 is my goal. So it just kind of averages out to.
Okay.
I don't track anything, dude.
Well, you're trying to put on weight, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
start tracking calories, homie. Yeah.
Here's an amateur lifting question. You ask Grant. This isn't a tax question because otherwise I'd ask BW.
We would call BW.
Yeah.
Right. But even if someone was bulking, they should probably keep the steps. You think?
Yeah. I think you should walk. Yeah.
Yeah. Cause I mean, how many calories are you going to burn with that? Like,
yeah, not that much. I mean, yeah. No, I just think movement and blood flow is good for recovery. So that's why I want people to walk. I mean, Efforting's got the whole thing about 3 10-minute walks a day after each meal for digestion. There's some science that supports it. There's some science that doesn't. I mean, I just think if people just move a little bit more, they feel better and they should move.
Makes sense.
All right. Well, we're not going to talk about Alabama.
We got 2 paths to go down right now. Both are kind of like, I think, going to be the bigger topic of the episode. We got college football and country music.
Ooh.
Oh man.
College football. Let's get into college football. But before we do that,
celebrity guest.
Yeah, I don't know which one, but they're both pretty redneck, so I'm just gonna.
All right, man. Look, I'm telling you, y'all got to go to BW Tax because he's from the South, like Talladega Night style. Now, I'll tell you what, if you're looking for somebody Well, he's your guy. And I'm going to tell you why. Because it don't matter online or in person. He's going to do them taxes, man. Now, come on, Ricky. Just slingshot me in for a win, man.
Pretty great. BW Tax sponsor.
That's pretty good. John C. Riley, yeah.
John C. Riley, Master Sergeant Brandon Teal, Marine type. If you didn't listen to last week's episode, go listen to it.
Good dude.
I think it's good dude. As we segue into college football, because we're from the South.
Texas.
We should just talk about it's a great time to be alive because it's probably still 110 degrees in Texas and there's people in Florida fighting for their lives with this hurricane. But besides those two things, hockey started tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Bruins getting crushed by Florida. You got playoff baseball, which there's nothing better because it's like every day for the entire month, something's exciting. You got football going and you got college football going.
Premier League soccer.
Premier League soccer. Big Premier League
You're
guy.
going to say that next. Liverpool's top of the table. I knew you were going to mention that.
And then you just know, if baseball doesn't end how I want, and if college football, the Gamecocks don't go 8-3, hey, guess what's coming next? NBA. And it's just this nice kickoff, whereas in the summer, it's rough. The weather's getting better. So, great time of year. An epic weekend of college football.
Dude,
oh my goodness.
It was epic.
I think I texted
in so many ways.
I think I texted the group and I was like, man, I was watching the A&M game. This is going to be the biggest story of the weekend. And then it's not even it's backed by the obituaries. It's not even close to the front page.
Yeah. So I didn't see that. I was teaching a starting strength camp all day. Okay. PJ was filming. So
nice. I
just saw our text thread. Texan just beat down Missouri the way a Gamecock beats a Wildcat.
Oh yeah,
even worse.
So I thought it was gonna be a very close game, and it was 24-0 at half. It's just total domination by A&M. They came out second half and just scored immediately. Ended up being 40-10 or 41-10, something like that.
That's why I was by the obituaries.
And it was
death, murder,
and it was favored, but favored by 2.5 or 3 or something like that. So it's supposed to be a close game. So Missouri looked flat, looked overrated. So it's still kind of an unknown how good each team is. But yeah, total domination. Really fun to watch if you're an A&M fan.
Gig 'em.
But yeah, like I said, I thought that was gonna be the biggest story of the day, and then next game right after that was
as Lee Corso would say, "Not so fast, my friend."
Exactly.
Not so fast, my friend.
Started watching the Vandy Alabama game, and it was
that was pretty great,
dude.
It was you were like, oh, okay, the Alabama's they're gonna score. They're gonna stop on this drive. They're gonna stop them on this third down. They're surely gonna stop them on. No, they just kept getting chunks of yardage and looked great.
So I watched the last 2 minutes. Besides that, I just had updates from you guys. There was a little bit on after the event. We went to a place to eat next door, and it was on a little bit. Yeah, Tap Room Brewery in Soho, in Charlotte. And there was a little bit on, but the people that we had just coached were there. So I looked at the Gamecocks they're losing 24-3 and they look terrible. And my text threads have said that they're awful. So I'm just going to enjoy where I'm at and not look too much. So I watched the last 2 minutes. My question is, was it Vanderbilt was in control? I know that feeling of you think the next team's about to turn it on, but I don't know. I remember when the Gamecocks beat Alabama, and I remember I've told this story before, I think on the podcast in the third quarter, I was oh, we've never trailed and we are definitely winning this football game. Did it seem like that with Vanderbilt, or was it
it always to me, it always seemed to, I was pretty much the whole game. I was it probably until the last 2 minutes, I was all right, Alabama's getting ready to come back and score. Because it was very close. So Vanderbilt went up 14-0. They scored a quick touchdown, got a pick six. They were up 14-0. You're okay, that's good job, Vanderbilt. That was a good quarter.
Yep.
Bama's going
to enjoy it for a second.
Yeah. Then Bama started to come back, and it was 10-14, and then just Vanderbilt just kept making plays that. They kept
answering.
And it's not that Alabama played terrible. It's just Vanderbilt kept making plays. they're a pretty decent team, which is weird to say. But yeah, they just, I don't know, enough to stay ahead and just kind of keep sneaking. Alabama would make a play, then Vanderbilt would be like, do enough to stay ahead just a little bit more. So, but yeah,
It was impressive.
it
was good. Two things that were interesting. One, at the end of the game, they put on that clip on the big screen of Nick Saban saying the only
Nick
place. Yeah, Nick Saban saying the only place it's easy to win in the SEC is Vanderbilt. Everything else is hard. So they played that. Great troll. Who's ever running it is probably like 25 and gets trolling. And the second thing is Diana was like, my Twitter, or excuse me, X, formerly known as Twitter, is just covered with like Nashville. There's like these yellow pipes running down the street. And I'm like, you're such a California. I'm like, they ripped on the goalpost. She's like, what is that? I'm like, that's like what we do. And so she just kept sending me like different angles of Broadway of these yellow pipes going down the street. And I just thought that was funny because I remember we beat Arkansas Jordan's freshman year, so 2002 maybe, and Arkansas was like number 6, and they ripped him down, and like Jordan was like on it, and then there was a guy at the South Carolina like state fair parking lot with a chainsaw, and they just started cutting up the pipe and giving people pieces. So
that's pretty cool.
Jordan went and got it signed by Lou Holtz, and then he's like continued to get it signed by like more Gamecocks. Like you go into his office at Home Depot, and he's got like, all this like amazing stuff he's done. And then there's like this yellow pipe. And I'm like, that is like such a cool keepsake. It's like an artillery, really cool. It's like an artillery base plate or something, like that is amazing. So anyway, the yellow pipes.
Which is like whose idea? They rip it down and like, hey, what should we do with this? Let's go throw it in the Cumberland River 2 miles away.
Yeah. Like what happened to the Vanderbilt one? No one ever says what happens to the field goal post. Did they return it to the stadium?
No, they threw it in the river.
Oh, they did.
They literally threw it in the river.
I thought you were saying it was a hypothetical.
No, they walked down Broadway and they
real
threw
river.
it in the river.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice. That's even better.
I thought that was funny. Just watching.
Where's our
That
goalpost?
was hilarious.
The city's like, God dang it, we gotta get this goalpost out of the river.
And then I like that the team that rips it down gets fined, and the money they get fined goes to the other team. It's like,
is that the rule?
Funny.
I didn't know that.
That's the rule.
Great.
Yeah, that's the rule.
Oh, that's good.
Worth it. Worth 100 grand to
100%.
rip that down.
Yeah, you don't even want that
I feel
money.
like back with NIL.
They should waive that fine. Was it?
Yeah, you can't afford not to.
They were
rip it down.
0-60 against top 5 teams.
Yeah. If you're unranked and you beat the number 1 team, you get the fine gets waived. Yeah.
Well, before we get to Auburn, then in the most exciting team in college football, which did deliver again this week. So you got Tennessee, Arkansas. In Arkansas, before we talk about the game, they also ripped down the field goal post and also got fined. They got fined double what Vanderbilt got fined because it was their second infraction since the rule. But how do you feel about ripping it down, beating a number 6 team? What was Tennessee? You think no?
You know what? Arkansas needed that, man. I get Jeff's sentiment, and I kind of agree. Like, nah, it's got to. But it's like, okay, one, how many times does the 0-60 team beat Alabama when they're number 1? Not that many times, right? No.
But like
approximately 0 times.
Yeah, 0 times. Or like any other team beat, but Arkansas, I feel like they needed that too. And I feel like it just gets the fan base going. Like, yeah, I don't know. I was okay with it.
Ever since, and they got that Walmart money, so like they're not hurting.
Yeah.
But it's I don't know. Ever since Bobby Petrino got fired, I just feel like they've kind of just been very mediocre, and then really
what was he doing? Drinking red wine on a motorcycle?
Something, driving his girlfriend around.
Yeah.
As you do.
Yeah.
As
head coaches do.
But yeah, man, just like, I don't know, they've been very mediocre. And then Chad Morris was there and just like was terrible. And then
their running back went to be a Gamecock.
Yeah. And then Pittman, everyone loves Pittman, man. Like, and you want him to do well there. So I don't know. I feel like they needed that.
Yeah, that was a good game.
Oh, it's so much fun to watch.
Yeah.
That defense.
There were like 3 great finishes, like right, kind of like bang, bang, bang.
I know.
What did Auburn do?
I think they had a bye week.
They actually see what you want, Jeff.
No,
they actually did not look terrible.
They did not. They were sort of in that game. Peyton Thorne looks like he's okay-ish.
It was 10 to 14.
I think the running back's great.
Yeah. It was 10 to 14 when I flipped over. Like, it was in the third quarter.
Yeah.
It was close.
They just can't stop anybody on defense right now. The tackling is... They kind of have this like bend but don't break thing, but the defense is on the field a lot. They're not great at tackling. There were a lot of times where it was like they could have got off the field on a third down, had a guy tackled, a few yards ahead of the first down line, and nope, they didn't make the tackle. And then, so.
Do you know who you have this week?
Oh, God. Is this
week
it's 7?
Row.
Week 7, right?
Is it?
I got you.
So
I got you.
No, Ole Miss is at
I think
LSU.
you have a bye week.
I think you're right.
Are we on?
Yeah, so I'll go over the SEC.
And then Mizzou.
South. We got
our next
Alabama. Mizzou has Massachusetts because somehow Mizzou gets to play Massachusetts. Texas, Oklahoma, Red River Shootouts,
played
potential
UMass.
sponsor. I know. That's no, Massachusetts is UMass.
Are you sure?
Okay, now
I thought
I'm
they
100% sure.
Never mind. They played Boston College, and now they're playing UMass.
That's a real
Okay.
team. Now they're playing UMass.
Yeah.
Texas plays Oklahoma. Mississippi State plays Georgia. Florida, Tennessee. Ole Miss, LSU.
Yeah.
And Vandy, Kentucky, which I think is one of the most interesting games this week because Vandy beat Alabama, but then you have like the Gamecocks that beat down Kentucky, but then Kentucky that only lost to Georgia by a point. They're both 3-2 and unranked.
Beat Ole Miss.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. So Auburn has a bye week.
Gonna win that game.
Yeah.
See what you want.
Yeah,
I don't think.
Hey, beating a bye week is tough. That's tough to do against tall grass. You get someone. You get someone
I think
injured.
I hope you got that lawnmower that week. Cut that grass real short.
Outside the SEC, you have Ohio State going to Oregon, which I think will be
That's
fun.
gonna be big.
Yeah.
Number 2 versus number 3.
I'm excited for that.
I picked.
That's the
I'm
only
kind
game
of digging the new Big Ten. I like. There's a lot of good
who's
games
in there now.
A lot of like just big marquee like matchups. Like we had Washington and Michigan rematch this last week,
which was awesome.
Go Dogs.
That was good. 1 year too late, but that's okay.
Then we had Minnesota beating. I think that was the other game we were texting. Minnesota versus USC. That was a lot of fun.
That was a good finish. That coach was going crazy about that.
Who's it? PJ Fleck. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out PJ.
Then you had the Miami game, which looked like a loss.
Yeah.
And I went to bed because even though 71% of Americans live on the East Coast, we decided to play football games on TV until 2 a.m.
Yeah.
And I woke up and the first thing I checked, I was like, wait, Miami won?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, they came back 25 points, I think, in the fourth quarter or something like that.
Wild.
So I get out of my camp, right? Been coaching a squat and deadlift for like 6 hours. And I'm like, let me check this Gamecock score. I see it. I'm like, dang it. My prediction of a beatdown is definitely wrong. Let me check the Citadel score. And it's like, we're up 17-3 in the fourth quarter. And I'm like, got this. Money in the bank. So then I'm going to eat with everyone. I'm like, I'll ask the barkeep to put the Gamecock game on, when she does. I know that Alabama game will be on, which it was. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to be a psychopath and put the Citadel game on my ESPN Plus account. I know we got this. And I'm driving home like, how did we lose 18-17? And Furman, our arch rival, 104th time we've played them, 104th time, scored 2 touchdowns with an extra point in 4 minutes, and we lost the game. And there's an account, Sandlapper Spike on X. Shout out Sandlapper, Citadel grad. I mean, the details are great. And he said the refs rigged it, and I was like, well, they're rigging everything these days. But yeah, most exciting team in football. 4 games, 2-4, 4 games lost by 2 points or less.
Is Citadel like an option, like triple option kind of team?
Not anymore. I wish.
Not anymore. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't really think
they're kind of veer based now, which is some would think it's the same, but not really.
Kind of like Vanderbilt.
Yeah. Fun fact. BW Tack's first job out of college was to be a football assistant at the Citadel, and he was sent to do a study on the veer, which has been most well run by Georgia Tech and do a report. And then the Citadel went to straight veer / triple option for like 5 years after, and had some good seasons.
So BW is the reason they lost then.
Okay.
They were running the triple option. They would have won. Yeah.
They would have won. They would have won. Yep. Western Carolina this week. So, I mean, how can you pull against Western Carolina with everything they're dealing with right now? So, yeah.
So BW implemented the veer at Citadel.
Big.
Good attacks is bad at coaching.
Hey, it's more like a money ball scene.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, it's more like money ball.
I'm just calling it like a scene.
Before we move on, is Sellers back for South Carolina? Is he healthy?
Yeah, Sellers is back. So, and Sellers is 3-0 when he wears his goggles, and he's 0-2 when he doesn't.
Can't see.
That's the Gamecock Plus forums are like, can we put this guy back in goggles that everyone made fun of him for? Because he was winning everything when he wore goggles. So yeah, Sellers is back. I think Rocket's still like on the fritz, but is playing. But Sellers is back.
Yeah. Okay. Do we want to do a quick breakdown of what we think the current top 12? And each kind of go around and say, okay, they're sticking around. Nope, they're not going to be in the playoff.
So I think if you go through the 12, like top 12 right now, pull it up. Let's just say if they'll be in there at the end.
I'm going to be the most accurate.
All right,
that's true.
Current number 1 team in the land, Texas Longhorns.
They'll be in.
They're out.
Yeah. I hope so. I hope PJ's right. That'd be fantastic.
I would love that too.
They're out, dude.
That'd be pretty silly. The Ohio State Buckeyes sitting at number 2.
And
I think they'll win this week, and then they'll be in for sure.
Yeah,
out.
I think they're
total upset.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah,
hot take city.
Okay, and then their opponent this week, Oregon Ducks. Quack quack.
I bet they'll sneak in. Yeah,
I think they're in.
Yeah, they're definitely in, dude.
Okay, I could see that.
Jeff, do you not have opinions today?
No opinion.
Okay.
Texas, yep. Ohio State, yep. Oregon, I think they'll be with. I think they'll top 12.
This is why it's more fun to start at the bottom.
Number 4,
like Drake.
Would you want? Oops.
Yeah.
No, we're already
started from the top. Now we're here.
Number 4, Penn State.
Out.
Okay.
I'll say in. I think they're. Okay. I think they're for real.
Ooh, so you're thinking 3 Big Ten teams?
I could see 3 Big Ten. Yeah.
Okay. University of Georgia sitting at number 5.
I think they'll be out.
I think they're in.
You think so?
Too. They don't play the Gamecocks, so it's a pretty easy schedule, honestly.
In.
Yeah.
I think they're in. Okay.
I am my nephew. My nephew's a freshman there. I want him to have that experience. So as much as I hate the Dogs, go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Yeah.
Go Dogs. If this university is still around after the next week, do you think that Miami will make the playoff?
No, they're out. They're washed away.
Yeah, they're fake.
Just gonna be gone.
They're not actually real.
Yeah, I'd agree that I think they're probably out.
I think they'll be in.
Okay.
I keep thinking that they're not actually good, but then they just keep winning, and I don't get it. Number 7, University of Alabama. Roll Tide.
Out. So you're thinking a big upset this week. Gamecocks take down number 7. And it starts the demise of DeBow.
I'm gonna revise it. I think Georgia's in, Alabama's out. If I had to pick one.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
I think
University
Alabama's
of Tennessee.
I said in last week.
They're in,
but I don't know anymore.
I think they're out.
I think they'll drop one more.
I think they're out.
Nah.
Okay. Number 9, Ole Miss.
Out.
The
Fake
oldest
team.
of misses.
Fake team.
I'm with you.
I think they're in.
Yeah, they're in. They're going to make everyone mad.
That's true. No one likes Lane Kiffin.
That's what the Rebels usually do.
Let's see. Number 10. Grant, what do you think? Clemson for
out.
Real, or are they pretending?
Fake news.
So out.
Hate those people.
So out.
Hate purple. Hate orange. Hate Dabo. Hate the fans.
I think they're winning. I think they're winning.
There's nothing in those. There's nothing in those hills. They're out.
Do Miami and Clemson play each other? Do like all the ACC? Is the
Yeah,
ACC
they all
still
play.
normal?
Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah, they're all big enough. Well, let's pull.
I thought there was a like a Atlantic and coastal or something like that.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
is. But Clemson's got Wake Forest this week. Ooh. And then they have Virginia. Oh, another scary team. And then they have no one. And then they have Louisville. Oh, another scary one. And they have Virginia Tech. Ooh. And they have Pitt. Even scarier.
Pitt's
And then they have the Citadel. And that's when it's going down in Chinatown. Then they have South Carolina. So I got 2 chances to beat them this year.
There you go.
Oh, I
think
Nice.
I think it'll be Miami, and I think Miami's going to catch a loss somewhere, and then I think they're also going to lose in the ACC championship to Clemson.
Ooh.
That's why I say Miami's out.
Okay. Tied at number 11 right now. So Iowa State, the Cyclones.
I think they'll win the Big 12.
They're in.
No, well, the Big 12. Who else is in the Big 12?
They're corn-fed. I
Tech's
don't bet
undefeated
against
in the
them.
Big 12.
Okay.
West Virginia's
Oklahoma
undefeated in the Big 12.
State,
Oklahoma
are they
State
still?
is terrible. They've lost.
Yeah,
they lost to
they're
West
not gonna
Virginia
win
this
it.
week.
No.
Yeah, they're already out.
Okay.
BYU's in the Big 12. They're pretty good.
Dude, they do look good.
They're undefeated.
Yeah, they do look good.
More mature
and then
sponsor.
Notre Dame.
No, I got to say
Nah,
in because Indiana.
Out.
Well, they're going to somehow sneak in. Even though they're going to have like 5
See?
losses, and then the voters are going to be like, "Yeah, we want Notre Dame in there."
They'll be
Money,
like, Lou
baby.
Holtz with them in the 90s was awesome. Just keep him in there.
Hey, Joe Montana played there. Yeah, get him in there.
Yeah, get him in there. Tua. Wasn't that Tua that was there?
I can see.
Not
Hawk?
Teo.
No, not Hawk.
Oh, okay.
I think Notre Dame's
you're doing
remaining
Matt
schedule.
Guy with the fake girlfriend.
Yeah, Teo.
That's
Thank
right.
you. Thank you, Jeff.
Okay, that's
Teo, Tuo, tomato, tomato.
Notre Dame's remaining schedule, I think, is pretty easy. So I could see them squeaking by.
Well, especially if A&M ends up finishing
That's
well.
true. That's yeah, very true.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, any other teams you think that were not in that top 12 that you're like, yep, they're gonna sneak in there? Like Trey,
You just
mentioned
gotta
BYU.
read. You just gotta read 13 through 25 in one go, and then we each pick 2 teams.
Okay, love this.
Go.
LSU, BYU, Texas A&M, University of Utah, Boise State, Indiana, Oklahoma, Kansas State, Missouri, Pitt, Illinois, Michigan, SMU.
I think Boise State's going to make it because I think there's one FCS school that makes it, right? So I think they're in.
I can't remember how this thing works.
It's one FCS school, and then
The
like has to
Citadel's
make
an
it.
FCS school. What do you mean FCS?
But not FCS. What am I thinking? Group of 5.
Okay, group of 5. Okay.
So they're guaranteed a spot.
I think the best group of 5, I think, gets one. And then
Interesting.
the winner of each conference, like Power 5 conference, gets in. Maybe not ACC, but
I guess
or,
it's Power 4.
Pac. Yeah, maybe not Pac-12.
Pac-12 doesn't exist. Well, it does exist, but
I think A&M and Pitt.
ooh,
that's who you're picking them to make it in.
Yep.
Interesting.
Gig 'em.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
You cursed us.
How did I curse you?
Now that you said it, you spoke it like
Oh,
we're not
like
gonna
right
say
now
it,
I
yeah.
cursed you. I thought I like said something during the Notre Dame game. Like the only thing dumber than the Irish is the Aggies.
Boy, you might
I
have actually said that.
I like BYU and
I could
Texas
see
A&M.
that.
You would.
Oh,
You would, you
class.
Mormon.
I
You
would rather
Latter-day
have
Saint.
University of I would rather have Utah, but I don't.
The Utes.
Utes, baby.
They got a good program. They got to get their
I
quarterback
like that.
healthy.
I like that coach, man.
Yeah, big
He
program
knows what
guy.
he's doing.
Yeah, I
But
think
they
Boise
play each other
State-
this year. That's gonna be big. That's gonna be a big matchup.
I don't know, man. Halfway through the season, this is so hard to do. Of like,
I
who's
know,
for
it's so
real?
hard. Such a crapshoot.
Yeah, I know. I think Boise State's in though. That running back is phenomenal.
Dude, that was gonna be my next thing I wanted to bring up. Insane.
How many yards does he have?
Over 1,000.
I thought
he's averaging 200 yards a game.
Halfway through the season, he has 1,000 yards.
But then I was curious on like, okay, who has like the single season rushing record for college football? Does anyone know?
Reggie Bush.
TCU running back. What's his name?
LaDainian Tomlinson.
Is it him?
No, it's Barry Sanders.
Yeah.
Insane number. Like if
what is it?
It was like 2,600 yards or something like that. 2,500 yards. Dude, it was insane.
Got
like
his steps in.
Jaunty, is that how you say his last name? If he keeps going at this pace, he'll be like he'll have like the fourth best season. He's averaging 200 yards a game.
Wow.
So he needs to average an extra 100 yards to.
Yeah. Barry Sanders ran for 2,628 yards, and that's in 11 games. No bowl game. Like that was 11 regular season games.
Wait, he ran for that much and they didn't even make a bowl. Wow.
Apparently not.
That's it must have been bad. Oh.
Yeah, this was in 1988.
Good year. Yeah.
Good year.
Great year.
It's okay.
Yeah.
That's tough. I don't know. Yeah.
But then, I kind of then went down a rabbit hole of like just the other like top rushers. Melvin Gordon is like the number 2 all time at 2,500. And I was like, well, let me just look at his season. Dude, he had a game where he ran for 400 yards.
That's insane.
I thought it was a typo. I was like, that can't be real. Yeah, he ran for 400 yards against Nebraska. That was wild.
Was the other team like not on the field? I guess that's not crazy.
Man, that's tough to do against tall grass.
I was waiting for it.
Yeah, that's tough to do against tall grass. Hey, my mom's about to log off. We got to wrap up this college football.
All right, wrap it up. Okay. Next slide.
All right,
wrap it up.
Yeah,
push. All right, Trey, kick it over to you. You want to talk the OK podcast top country music songs?
Ooh, yeah.
Are you going to go down the list, or are you going to kind of like put out some feelers and we're going to debut the list later, or let's see what you got.
Number 1 is Father John Misty, right?
Of the best country songs of all time.
Yeah.
Obviously. Also number 2, Father John Misty.
You guys have really been working on this.
Oh, dude. This is one of the hardest things I've ever had to do.
It's mainly Trey. I made 4 contributions.
Is he trying to play music right now?
Did you move it around? No, I'm not. I'm counting.
No. I haven't moved anything on that list.
Okay.
Is it in order?
Yes.
At the bottom, I added in 4. Yeah.
So I'm just going to give a disclaimer here before everyone unsubscribes to the OK podcast after they listen to this because they're so upset. As a Southern Baptist, we have a lot of hymns, we have a lot of music, we have a lot of Bible verses. And people are just like, heaven's going to be so great. And you're like, so great. They're like, no, but it's going to be so amazing. You're like, so amazing. They're like, but it's so amazing. Like our mind can't even understand it. Like we can't even quantify it. And that's the best 10 songs of country music. So like, there's no way this is going to be accurate. But as a sinner, I'll do my best to try and say if I agree with this or not. But there's 100%. There's no way this.
So this is the main thing. This is kind of like, all right, this is, I guess, Trey's favorite country.
Well, there's way more than 10 in here, right? Yeah.
That is true, yeah. There's a lot. Because it's so hard to do, man.
Top 10, 32
Again,
songs.
it's impossible.
It's so hard to do. So I'm gonna give it to you, and then you let me know, like, oh, that should say that should go.
Are we starting from the bottom and now we're here?
Yeah, I'm starting from the bottom, and I'm just going to read off 20 through 11 very quickly.
Whoa.
20 through 11.
These are the honorable mentions?
Honorable mentions, because I feel like I have to add them. Number 20, Family Tradition, Hank Williams Jr. Number 19, I Don't Care, Just As Long As You Love Me by Buck Owens. Stand By Your Man by Tammy Wynette. Coal Miner's Daughter, Loretta Lynn. Feeling Good Again, Robert Earl Keen. Big City, George Jones, Merle Haggard. Drinking and Dreamin', Waylon Jennings. Guitar's Cadillac, Dwight Yoakam. Stay All Night, Bob Wills. Unwound, George Strait, which is George Strait's best song, by the way. Ready for the top 10?
Uh-oh, here we go.
Top 10, number 10. Delta Dawn, Tanya Tucker. Good or bad?
Good song that's in the top 10?
Yeah.
Wouldn't
Would
be
I
in
put
my
a top 10?
It would not be in Jeff's top 10. Okay.
It would not be in my top 10.
I don't think it'd be in mine
Okay.
either.
I do like
That's
Tanya.
okay, though. This is Trey's top 10.
This is Trey's
tough,
top
though.
10. Kissin' Angel Good Morning, Charlie Pride, number 9. Same. Would not be in your top 10.
Mm.
Same.
I don't think it'd be in
didn't
my
know that
top
one.
10.
I
Like
never
that
heard
song a lot.
It's a good
Are
song.
you just trying to like abide with the new California law?
I just think it's a
Okay.
really good song.
Just making sure. That's good.
Lukenbach, Texas. Waylon Jennings, number 8.
Love
Could
that.
you-
So again, when it
Did you
comes to
see
top
that?
10,
I
yeah,
can
see
see
your top
that
10.
one. I
That
can
would
see
be in my
that
top
one.
10.
yeah. I'll tell you what, Waylon Jennings would be in my top 10
Yeah.
Okay. So a Waylon Jennings song, maybe not that one.
for sure. But yeah,
Okay. Number 7, Your Cheating Heart, Hank Williams Jr.
I would go Tear in My Beer before that one personally.
Okay.
Ooh.
Fair enough.
That's senior. You said
number
Cheating Heart.
6.
Wait, is Cheating Heart junior?
No, that's
No, senior,
thought-
right? Yeah,
I
yeah,
thought
yeah.
that was senior.
Yeah, to replace it. I think Tear in My Beer is my favorite senior song.
Okay.
Continue.
It's also a good one. Number 6, Jolene, Dolly
There's-
Parton.
Dolly's not in my top 10.
No Dolly whatsoever. But Jolene,
Wait.
one of the most iconic
I have a
songs.
question. I have
I
a
like
question
Jolene.
on the standards here. Are
There's no
these
standards.
are these your top 10 favorite country songs, or are these like my opinion of what the world's top 10 songs are?
I think most iconic. I have so
Most
there's
iconic.
there's other
Then
artists.
I would put
like-
Jolene. I'd put Jolene in there, I think.
yeah,
top 10.
I think there's better Dolly Parton songs than Jolene, but I think it's iconic.
It's iconic though.
Yeah.
So I have one song that if you don't say, I'm going to be offended.
Okay.
And you haven't said it yet.
Number 5.
He will. It's about
Number 5, Mama Tried, Merle Haggard.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, wasn't that one, Jeff? But that's a good one. That's in my top
I think
10.
that has to be up there.
All right. Number 4, Folsom Prison Blues, Johnny Cash.
I could see that one.
If I had 10 songs and all of country music.
Iconic. It's not your favorite. See, this is the
okay,
problem I had.
okay.
I was
Folsom
picking
Prison.
favorites.
Okay, yeah, sure. All right.
Okay.
Well, Tigres del Norte also
Wait,
played
you
in
were
Folsom
picking
Prison,
favorites, so
just
this is
saying.
your favorite list.
No, these are, in my opinion, the most iconic. Not my favorites.
See, this is why I asked.
You should have clarified that like maybe before he started naming songs.
Yeah, probably. I thought that was
My
a
top
given.
10 still holds though for iconic and favorite.
Okay. Number 3, He Stopped Loving Her Today.
There it is. That's the one I was going to be mad about. Yeah. All right.
That's
You're
got to
good.
be there.
You're
Some
based.
people rank that as number 1, but I think
It's up
I
there.
have
I can see
number
it.
3. All right, number 2, one of my favorite songs, "Crazy" by Patsy Cline.
Oh, that is a good song.
It's a great song.
I'm really curious if number 1 is going to be what I think it is because you haven't even named this artist once.
What do you? Hold on.
Post
I'll let you
Malone?
guess. What do you think it is?
Blue Eyes
Who
Crying
do
in
you
the
think?
Rain. Willie Nelson.
It's
Wow.
right artist, wrong song.
Okay.
Whoa.
What is it?
Mamas, Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Cowboys.
Yeah. Iconic. I go Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain before.
Again,
personally.
I like that song more,
Yeah.
but I think
Yeah.
this one's more iconic.
Okay.
Mm,
Pretty good list.
that's not
Dude.
bad.
Solid.
I really like this. Abby's a big fan. That's who I was consulting. It was
Give me
Abby.
those top 20. I'll feed them into GrantBot. If you're not a member of our Slack channel, you should join our Slack channel because we got Chat GPT-4 with a little code written in, and I'll make GrantBot do a blog post, and then we'll post it on the www.theokpodcast.com of top 20 songs. And maybe we even put a poll in there where people can thumbs up or thumbs down each song, or they can move it up like a Reddit, like a subreddit. Like, nope, this one goes up.
Bump it.
You know?
Do it.
Yeah.
Hey, can I throw a curveball?
Yeah, what you got?
Top 20 pop songs.
No.
Oh.
For country songs, you might. This just popped in my head. You might disqualify this as country, but if I'm thinking iconic, I'm thinking, what's some song that's been around that everyone knows, that's still around and will never go away, but I don't know if it's country. What about "You Are My Sunshine"?
It's not country.
It's not country.
It's not country.
No.
What is
It's
it?
a
Folk.
It's a song for babies.
Yeah.
But like,
yeah, probably folk.
folk, because like I know it's a children's song, but like a lot of I don't know,
like
people in that world would sing that. Like,
yeah, my dad's mom, that was like her favorite song, but I would.
Good
It's not
song.
even. That's less country than Post Malone.
really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's why I was just throwing the curveball. Because like, if that's country, I can say that's iconic. Because like, how old is that song? Probably over 100 years old.
Yeah, I don't
Everyone
know.
knows it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
me see.
Just a little
I have
curveball.
30. Jeff, what songs did you add on here? Will the circle be unbroken? Oh, George Henry.
I
I love that song.
That's
feel
a
like
good
some
one.
collabs can like save your list because if
Collabs.
you got some artists on there, you know, multiple.
I put Brooks and Dunn, Neon Moon on there. I love that song.
Mm.
I love that one. Yeah, I think it's
Top
great.
30?
But again,
It's
like I was
I have
naming
30
like
songs on
my
there.
favorite. I was naming
Yeah.
like the ones I put on there like
okay.
would be in my like top 10.
Your playlist.
It quickly turned into just like songs me and Jeff like, and then we just did it on there. Which
I would have had Leonard Skinner things going on just because that was a good take at the world at the time. But
I see Leonard Skinner's. Is that country to you?
yeah, I mean it's definitely country rock,
Southern rock
if
versus
yeah. But I mean yeah, I think it's country. But yeah, I know what you
Okay.
mean by that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know what you mean by that.
What
Yeah.
about
I don't know.
what about Friends in Low Places? That's iconic.
Garth Brooks. What was the thing we posted about Garth Brooks? Who wouldn't be caught dead with Garth Brooks? I posted
My
that link,
boy.
Jeff.
My
Hank
boy
Williams
got
Jr.?
P Diddy'd.
Hank Williams Jr. said he would not be caught dead with Garth Brooks or something.
Really?
I'm boo Garth
jumping
Brooks.
guy.
It's an iconic song.
Big jumping guy. Big jumping
But yeah, what
guy.
you got accused of sexual assault and
Yeah. He has 2 pina coladas.
Did you hear about the like the conspiracy online that he's like a horrible person? Like he's like a secret serial killer.
I mean, in South Carolina, we just call that an observation.
An observation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not a conspiracy theory, just a theory.
It's just life right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
But
That's good.
I would say I
no,
have
I
2
would,
rules.
I would
I
not
have 2
put that song on there.
rules for your top 10. You have to have
Yeah.
He Stopped Loving Her Today. Not saying it's number 1, but it has to be on there. And you can't have Garth Brooks on there. Those
That's
are
fair.
Grant's 2 rules.
Wow, I abide
you
by
beat them
both.
both.
of
Yeah,
those.
did it.
you did both. Yeah.
I do like Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain though.
Classic.
Great
I feel like that's
Classic.
Like I said,
There's a lot of great country songs out there.
Willie's number 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of great country songs out there.
All right, Jeff,
an
what else we
opinion.
got on here?
Next slide, homie.
Oh, this could be a good. I don't know what the actual like current update is on it, but I saw like this like clip when they were talking about the longshoreman strike.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's
That guy's a gangster.
the union boss Harold Tackett, like the interview
What a
with like the
dum-dum.
chain and just like, I will cripple you. I will cripple this country. Like
He
there's
would.
going to be no cars to sell. Then they're going to go out of business. Then this guy's getting fired. And then there's going to be no steel. So,
Is he a hero
If you were
or a
gay.
villain?
If you were to put money
dumb-
on it,
he's
do you
a
think
dummy.
do you think he's in the mob?
Yes.
no chance.
Oh, for sure,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know he makes $950,000 a year.
You know that so much of those ports could be automated, and all they need is a reason to automate them. So
But
that
Grant, you're taking American jobs. You're taking away the jobs.
Yeah, that's what happens when you want a 500% increase on $900,000 a year.
Did you know that
you lose your job?
You know that 20% of the longshoremen make, I think, $250,000 or over a year, and I think more than half make over 150 a year.
Wow.
I didn't know that, but
Should have been a
Yeah,
longshoreman.
I know.
should have
What
been
am
a
I doing?
longshoreman.
Yeah.
Should have been a cowboy.
yeah.
Yeah.
As a
Sure
Marine,
learned
you're more of a short shoreman.
Yeah,
Short shoreman. Yeah.
Zing.
Take the beach. Boom, boom.
yeah.
But
They just call me a
that
shoreman.
dude-
Yeah.
That dude is for sure.
So yeah, potentially good time to buy American made products. You know,
That's what I'm saying.
wink, wink.
Put 'em on
nudge,
strike.
Nudge.
Yeah.
I think they
Any
came to some
new
agreement.
products coming down the pipeline from a company that makes American made things?
Yeah, deals in cast iron pan. Tooling is done. Samples are done. We had other cast iron pans that we machined and oiled prior to doing ours. Just looked at some
Ooh,
photos.
pre-oiled. Okay.
Yeah. So interesting thing on that, a cast iron pan, if you end up buying one of ours, which you should, because there's only 300 that'll be made. to start on the first run that we'll release for this Christmas. But if you get a cast iron pan, it takes time. And so, it can end up essentially kind of like a nonstick, but it does take a lot of time to get it there, and it takes some work. So you cook, and then the first time you cook on a cast iron pan, whether it's literally just cast iron or you factory coat it, it's going to be hard to scrape everything off, even if you're cooking like ground beef, something that doesn't stick very much. But you gotta scrape it off. And then you gotta, take the oil of your choice. May it be lard, may it be butter, may it be olive oil, whatever. You gotta wipe that thing clean. It could be avocado if you're from California. And you gotta wipe it clean. And then every time you cook, you have to do that. And it's gonna take time, which is the kind of the cool thing about it. With that said, if you like people that wanted me to make plates, raw cast iron, if you take a raw cast iron plate, you go into a pack of foundry and you have a raw cast iron plate and you grab it with your hands. Tomorrow you come in and you will see Trey's fingerprints. You will see exactly the place that he grabbed it. So human oil will immediately start to rust a raw cast iron thing. So,
I always season my plates.
Yeah, season.
Yeah.
You don't need to season them because they're e-coated. But
okay.
yeah. So that's one of the reasons we do that.
Yeah, exactly. I use avocado, and bake it.
So yeah, we got some. Looks like we're gonna use grapeseed oil, high burning point, natural, baked down, and so we'll do a factory coating, which will make it kind of like almost like a bronze looking pan. And then as you cook in it, because I've been cooking with the samples as much as I can, it'll start to darken and eventually it'll look like black. But yeah, the cast iron pan probably have a early interest email sign up definitely by the end of this month, October. And then they'll probably go for sale around Thanksgiving and land by Christmas. So yeah, new product, cast iron pan.
Can you talk about how this is no ordinary Lodge cast iron pan? Because we had a discussion about this one time, and in case I'm not the minority in this opinion, I didn't understand.
You're the minority out of us four.
Correct.
Yeah,
but in the world, I didn't realize this. So
no, I meant ethnically.
I am a person. I'm the most person of color here. Correct.
So it's machined. The cooking surface is machined. So most cast iron, it's a sand mold, sand breaks free, and you have like a rough surface. So when you're cooking with cast iron and heat applied, regardless of whatever oil you use, it's going to be more prone to stick because it's a rough surface. It's like if you ever grab a Lodge pan or, one of these normal brands and you ran your fingers across it, or a spatula, it would make noise. You'd feel the surface. So we're machining the bottom of the pan.
The cooking surface.
The cooking surface, not the sides, just the bottom. And so it's smooth. If you run your finger across it, it's completely smooth. So what that means is that your food will stick less. It'll season better. It's a higher end pan. It's like, hey, can you get strong off of Dick's Sporting Goods plates? Mm-hmm. Sure. Maybe. But do you look cool on the internet doing it? No, dude. You need strength plates. So when you're cooking your eggs, like, man, I want to look cool and spend as little time cleaning that pan as possible.
Exactly.
So that I have time as a dad to go and lift weights in my garage, press 135 for 3 sets of 5. Am I right, Trey?
Shout out.
It, man.
Thank you for clarifying.
No, that's a good point.
Quick, cool tip, man. When you're cleaning yours, like what's your process? Because I came up with, I found
some people
one that
never
works for me.
Yeah. I mean,
like you got to scrape it off.
You got to scrape it off. I have like a brush that I use. It's just a bristle brush. When I have it, I haven't dealt with a new cast iron pan in so long. One of them that I own is my grandmother's. I have like a cauldron. I mean, I probably have like 9 or 10 cast iron different sizes. I have a cornbread pan. I have a large pan that you can cook 3 ribeyes on. I have like kind of the whole setup, but I've been using them since like I went out on my own in 2010. And so they're all kind of like where I need them to be. But when you're first starting, you just have to make sure you get everything off. And then as soon as you get it off, I usually just paper towel it dry and then take another paper towel, cover it in oil, and I change it up. I don't think it's like, this I'll only use olive oil, this I'll only use butter, this I'll only use lard. I just like change it up and go. And if you're new, if it's a new pan, you put a thicker layer and then you put it back on the stove and turn it on low.
Heat it back up.
Heat it back up and then turn it off and let it melt in. And that also will dry it. Like, obviously you dried it with a paper towel, but there's still like wet residue and it'll dry it out. And that's the thing. And that's the thing that we got to articulate and show people is like, hey, this pan will end up being, because now, I mean, like when I married Diana, she was like, what is this? I was like, it's cast iron. She's like, I've never seen anything like this. And then she started cooking on it. She's like, whoa, there's like no maintenance. It's like great. Like you don't have to oil it. I was like, well, it like takes time. So we got to make it in a way that's, we got to make some YouTube content on how to season your pan. But now I just have a bristle brush. I, brush it out. I use hot water. I will occasionally use soap. But it's generally if I cook something I wasn't supposed to. And what I mean by that is like, there are people that argue that like you shouldn't cook like salmon in cast iron or you shouldn't cook tomato based stuff in cast iron. Yeah. I do both of those things. So after that I will soap. I wouldn't use soap early on though. I would do it later.
I use, if I have something, a lot of stuff that's stuck on there, I will get a little bit of water in there and I'll put salt in there, like coarse salt.
Oh yeah, you can grind it,
and then you brush it off, and the salt does a really good job. And you don't have to use soap, and it does a really good job bringing everything up. So
yeah, no, that's good. I'll have to try that because I'm breaking in a couple pans right now. But also, it's underrated. Just put water, and even with non-cast iron, but particularly cast iron, and then put it on the stove with like an inch of water.
I was about to say that.
Yeah, just let it boil, and then like once it cools down to where you can get your hand in there, then brush it. But yeah, it should be a cool, fun thing coming out, and we'll have a leather pot holder.
Nice.
Option that you can add on, awesome. And that comes from a lot of experience. Not to nerd out on this too much, but like my grandmother sewed me a bunch of them, and but she made them too long, in my opinion. So they go all the way up to like the edge of the pan, like as you meet the cooking service. And so, and she sewed them. So they're made of cotton, South Carolina cotton, because we're from the South. But all of them, she made me like 4, all have burn marks. Then if you have a leather one that goes all the way up to the edge, even if it doesn't catch fire, when the heat comes, it'll like shrink. And so it'll like stick to the pan. So we're doing it in a way that it's like, hey, my hand can grab it. But the natural thing is like you hand it to a leather maker, like make me a pot holder or a cotton person or whatever. And they go all the way to the edge, or a rubber one. I mean, I've had rubber ones that I bought on Amazon, and like, then your house smells like burning rubber. So yeah, anyway, big cast iron pan guy.
South Carolina, they just call that a pan.
Yeah, we just call that a pan. That was a good one. That was a real good one.
Good one.
Yeah. You got any slide decks left? I guess we should say PJ's leaving. Last time his butt's in that chair.
Oh yeah, last in person recording.
Should we take a moment of silence?
Yeah.
That was nice.
That was good. That was good taps. Wow. Are you ready to move?
I am ready.
You're leaving what, Sunday?
Sunday.
It's Tuesday the 8th. This will air on Friday the
2 days before we 11th.
Yeah.
And you're moving somewhere in North Carolina?
Correct. Moving to, I only live in Greenville's. That's my new rule. And so I'm moving to Greenville, North Carolina.
And in South Carolina, we just call that a Yankee.
Yeah, that's not even the South anymore.
No.
Yeah, man, I'm excited. It's not quite as an exciting town as South Carolina, Greenville, South Carolina, but my whole family's there, just
that's pretty awesome.
Want to be back around them. So
no, I get it.
I'm super excited.
That's great.
Got the movers, got all the stuff in the house today. My parents met them and facilitated the situation. But yeah, man,
you don't use
pumped.
these in movers, man. I hate moving.
Yeah, had to get some quotes, man. You would not believe the difference in quotes for movers.
I would.
You can get pricey.
You would. Yeah, I mean, the first one I got, it was the same company that I used before too. They were quoting me like $2,000 more than it cost me to move from Miami.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Check out.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Obama.
Yeah, dude.
Right?
Yeah, so I was like, I'm going to go shop around a little bit. So Swamp Rabbit Movers.
Boom.
That's what I went
Swamp
with,
Rabbit, baby.
Swamp Rabbit. It's
the
hopped
hockey
on
team.
over there.
During the off season, the hockey team the movers.
Opening day.
That's their day job.
Opening day is October 12th.
There you go.
Good to
Yeah.
know.
One last move. This is the last one on their book.
This was the last one.
Yep.
Of
The
the
last
season.
move they'll,
Yeah.
they'll execute.
Yeah, man. So super pumped. So it's
Are
been
they
fun being
unpacking
here.
for you too? Or do you have to
No,
unpack yourself?
I just got a bunch of boxes. Although they do they put like the couch in the right spot. They do take your bed and like rebuild it, which is nice. But other than that, now just a bunch of boxes. That's okay.
I think I've been in
That's
this house
okay.
for 5 years.
Okay.
And I'm taking
And I
my
still
home
have a
gym
box.
with
Yeah.
me in the back of
There
my
you go.
truck. Yeah. Got that broken down in the back of my truck right now.
So you probably the most of your valuables are in your truck.
Yes.
Although
but
top,
if anyone
top
asks,
Teal did say it's not a truck.
all of my valuables are in my SUV
With the roof
without
cut
a
off.
top.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Did you listen to last week's, Trey, or were you too busy?
No, you
Yes.
have a Honda
Ridgeline.
space truck?
Yeah, it was just
Ridgeline.
all I wanted from Teal was to be Teal with just like hot takes and super aggressive
Yeah.
over the top. And the only time the listeners got to hear like who he is when PJ was like, "Yeah, I have a truck. I have a Honda Ridgeline." He's like, "Not a truck."
He said, "No, you don't."
Yeah, no,
He
you
said,
don't.
"No, you don't."
And I was like, "Oh,
Correct.
man,
So-
that's Teal."
I mean, it's so
I think I've
fair,
ta-
but like, I like it.
Nah, it makes sense.
I like it. It ain't gonna break down.
It's like a
It
Cybertruck,
works.
but gas.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could. It was
Yeah.
cheap enough. I could pay for it. Like, boom.
It's always nice.
I think I've talked to Teal 3 times in my life.
Yeah.
And I think 2 out of the 3 times he's called me an idiot at some point. So
Yeah, that sounds about
Nice.
right. That sounds
Yeah.
about right.
I was a second lieutenant, so he
I thought I was
wasn't
gonna
wrong,
call you
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tyler, the creator, or something.
Quick thing on quoting stuff that ends in a funny story. So, we moved truckloads of iron across the country. And if you don't know anything about trucking, there's basically like brokers. So big companies, whatever, Total Quality Logistics, Trident Transport, whatever. There's all these different
Avery.
ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Every time you go to Enterprise Rent-A-Car, you have like a college grad whose degree was in like business or customer service. They're like 22. They're like, "Oh, Mr. Biggie, how was the weather where you're coming from in Utah?" And you're like, "The weather was fine." "Okay, great. Let me take you out here." And they're like super excited. It's like their first job. That's how the trucking industry is. And it works. I'm sure it works to cold call and email all the time. There's one company I use a lot, but every time we move any truckload, you have to email 5 companies because it'll be like, "Hey, I'm going from Slinger, Wisconsin to Wapaka." And one company will be like $300. One will be like $1,200. One will be like $800. One will be like $400. It's like all over the map. And if you're going from, Racine, Wisconsin to Southern California, it might be $1,800. It might be $3,200. It's like all over the map. So we have a list and like boom, boom, boom. Whenever we're moving a truck, we email them. And with the bigger companies, the rep is always changing. Like the new 22-year-old is always brand new. And so there was a 22-year-old, I assume, I've never met her,
Have to be 22.
that I worked with for a while, and she was pretty good. I liked her because they call you like every week. I'm like, "Look, I don't move a truckload every week. I move like 3 a month." But they just send emails. Like there must be like a workflow, like hit all your contacts up this time. So I get this last one. He's like super annoying, like keeps calling. And Diana's like, "This new guy won't stop calling." I'm like, next time he calls, just like tell him to call me. So he calls me. I'm like, "Hey dude, look, I've been using your company for 4 years. Every time I move a load, you get a shot. You don't have to call me. You don't have to email me. I have your contact. We're good." And he came in, he was high a bunch. So we didn't use him. So they like changed my rep again. So I get this new rep. And he's like super aggressive. And then this week he emails me. And so I was like, not rude to him on the phone, but he called me. I'm like, "Yep." He's like, "Hey, I'm your new rep." I was like, "Awesome. Shoot me an email with your phone number and whatever. You know how your industry works. Fast responses, lower prices. They win. And like, we got a load coming in a few weeks. I'll hit you up." He's like, "Okay." So then he messaged me. He's like, "Wow, you sure seemed like a busy man when I called today. Like blah, blah, blah." And I'm thinking like, dude, I'm like dealing with a hurricane right now. I got a 9-month pregnant wife. Like I don't have time for this. So I ignore him. Right. And then he emails me like 3 days later and he's like, "Hey, I looked up your company's website. Any chance you're going to Mr. Olympia this year? Because I think that like so-and-so bodybuilder is going to win the thing." So I screenshot it and I sent it to my old rep. I'm like, "Please make this stop. Like this is so annoying." And she's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Let me see what I can do for you." Then he emails me Monday and he's like, "Hey, Monday. Hope everything's going well. Football was yesterday. I got to watch the Dolphins in person, and they put one in the win column. And I'm like, yeah, they beat the Patriots. I hate you. Now I don't even want to watch you at all. So I screenshot, sent it back to her. I was like, she goes, oh man, you hate that, don't you? And I was like, yeah. She goes, I know you're a Pats fan. I was like, yeah. So anyway, yeah, trucking, moving.
You know what?
So he's trying.
Wow.
He's
I
trying.
admire the hustle, baby.
Yeah.
I do.
Admire the hustle.
Getting creative. He's like, what can I say about this guy?
Anyway,
As a fellow sales guy, I can
good.
Big
I was
sales
hoping
guy.
his like email was going to end of like, it's Monday. Football was yesterday. Okay, see ya.
Football's also tonight.
well, I have
There's
one
only
company.
one game though.
I have one company that I use this day, and the guy's like intro email was like, "Hey man, I just bought a set of your plates because I lift and they're awesome." And he like included a photo of him deadlifting, and I was like, "Dude, sold, done. You actually like know what's
Yep.
going on here."
That's awesome.
But that's just business. All right.
When in reality, all you got to do is just be like, "Hey, where do I need to be at? What price do I have to be?"
Yeah.
That's all you got to say, dude. Come on,
That's it.
whatever.
Any other slides? Or are we at Commander's comments?
I think we're about where we could go into Commander's comments. Was there?
No.
I know there's a couple late college football topics in there, but I don't know if we want to go down that rabbit hole again. But
Nah,
Any of
I said
them?
push.
I think
You said
Commander's
push.
comments.
Okay. I'm going to
I
Commander's
said
comments.
push next week. They're late additions.
Commander's comments, I'd say, one, want to thank everyone for coming out. Appreciate the brief. Good job, boys. No, but the reason I say it like that is because I've been on so many more briefs lately, and Marine Corps slide decks, like everything that we roast in here is just facts. It's reality. And everyone has a slide, and the slide has all information, and then everyone just likes to hear themselves talk. It's amazing. It's really amazing. But no, I mean, other comments. If you haven't signed up for the turkey poll, go check out the turkey poll supporting the Simplify America's Fund. You can do it in person in California for $75. We'll feed you tamales. We got some Simplify reps that'll be out there. We'll donate a big check at the end of it. Any proceeds we get, you'll get a t-shirt for deadlifting. If you're online, it's $35. I'll send you the t-shirt. You deadlift online. You tag us at the Strength Co. Use hashtag turkey poll, and you'll be entered in to win some plates. So get some iron 45s, some rubber 45s, and maybe like a plate, change plate thing. So if you want to support a good military nonprofit that helps Marines and now all branches of service, go to thestrength.co, click the apparel tab. First item that pops up is turkey poll. You can sign up there. Are you guys turkey pulling this year, Trey?
Yeah, what's the date?
It's, I mean, for online, I don't think you're going to California for it. So for online, we open up. For
Well, first of all, you don't know me. Like,
I don't know you if
assume.
I think that.
You assume so much.
The in-person date is November 23rd. It's held at the Aquatic Center. It's really nice weather in California at that time. Big Connor will be the MC. We cooked something like 400 tamales. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Online, I think we open it up for like 7 days. I mean, really, you can do it whatever. You buy it, we send you a t-shirt. The proceeds from the shirt get donated to the fund. If you deadlift online within the parameters and tag, it's just that you have an option to win something.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it's a November deal.
Do it from
At
anywhere. It's like
minimum.
it's like BW tax. You can do this from anywhere.
Yeah.
I love shirts, so you know me.
Yeah. I
I'm
mean,
all about it.
yeah, you just bought 2 more. Yeah, saw that.
Well, you are-
Appreciate your
yeah.
business.
Yeah, I appreciate you sending me a cardboard tube.
I was going to tell you that cardboard too, since we're talking a lot about logistics on this. How long is that fishing rod?
Like 5 feet.
Okay, so
It's like
st-
little-
so
little
so
5 feet.
put. Do you have a circular saw at your house
No.
or a
Yes.
jigsaw?
Yeah.
Or do you have a saw?
Or so I have a saw. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Saw.
So lay out the fishing rod next to the tube, mark it
Okay.
with a Sharpie, and cut it down to size. Because once
Will
you
do.
get into dimensions like out of normal shipping, like man, 5 inches make a difference. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh,
But no, seriously, like everything.
Don't I know?
Yeah, everything will make a difference. So you can cut that thing down, and then when you ship it back, you'll save some money.
Good to know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Safe ground. I love warranties.
Yeah.
On fishing rods.
What's
yeah.
wrong with that
Hey,
fishing rod?
So I was
cut
on
in
that
half.
fishing trip I went on a couple months back. This one broke on the way up there, and so G Loomis, the brand I like, has a lifetime warranty. So just send it back. They're sending me a new one.
Nice. All right.
So,
cool. Glad I could be a part of that.
Yeah, I appreciate the help.
Yeah. Any save rounds, Jeff?
Let's see, I'm gonna get off the podcast here and turn on the Utah Hockey Club's first game is tonight.
I saw that.
Whoa.
Exciting.
Yeah, it's
Very
exciting. Bruins lost
Salt Lake
6-4, by
City.
the way.
Oh, is that an
Yeah.
NHL team?
Yep, Utah Hockey
Oh,
Club.
I thought that
They're
was just
gonna
like the
actually give it a
local
name.
Girls and
Just a
boys club
club.
that got together. Yeah.
They're still figuring out the name, right? They're just calling it
They're
Hockey
gonna have
Club for
an
now.
actual name next season. Yeah, it's just a hockey club for this.
I think they should just call it the Utah Mormons.
The
Perfect.
no name Utah
Yeah.
team.
Yeah.
The
No,
old
that's
no
exciting.
names.
Yeah, I saw that game was happening, and somebody was there. Someone famous, like 50 Cent.
Shabuzi
Yeah.
played before. I don't
Big Utah
It came
hockey
on.
fan. I've always
Yeah.
said
know.
that.
It came on and Kaylee was like, "Who's this?" And I was like, "I don't know." And then started playing the song. We're like, "Oh, we've heard this song before."
Who are
What
they
song?
playing?
What song is it?
I don't know. I'd have to sing it, and I'm not going to do that.
Yeah. Who are they
I'm gonna
playing?
add it to the list.
They're playing Chicago Blackhawks.
Ooh, what a great first game. Welcome to hockey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stadium.
The oldest team versus the newest team.
Yeah.
Ooh,
South
right.
Carolina would
Did I
just
make
call
that
that a hawk. No, they're original 6. I don't know
Ooh,
if they're the
they're up
oldest, but they're
1-0
original 6.
or 1-0.
Yeah. All
The
right,
fix is in. They're-
Trey, at this point of the show, You know what to
What
do.
episode are we on?
041.
Mhm.
041. Episode
Very
041 of the
Okay.
Okay.
I'd like
pretty
to take
good,
another
actually.
quick moment of silence. That wasn't bad. I've heard worse.
Yeah.
Hey, love PJ being here in person. Well, you're here for a short time
And a good time.
Yeah, that's what it is. But
As
You'll be
they
back.
say.
you'll
As
be
they
back.
say.
Well, I think our sponsor, BW Tax, is always keeping the lights on. Powered by the Strength Co., I still believe.
Yeah,
Look
last
for
I
those
checked.
cast iron pans.
Okay, good.
Good new rubber plates coming out. Are they already out?
Yeah, they're out.
soon.
They're
Out
shipping,
soon.
man. They're
A lot
shipping.
skinnier. A lot
Yeah, a
skinnier.
lot
Everyone
skinnier.
loves them.
Inch and a
The
half thinner.
best. Yeah. American made. Let me see. Join the Slack channel.
Yeah.
Go to the link below. You'll see the link down there. Go to www.theokpodcast.com. Find all of our social medias. Give us a follow there and a like on YouTube. Leave a comment there. Love to interact with you.
Subscribe.
Oh, yeah, that too. Please subscribe. We all have our each and individual accounts that we are very active on, particularly Jeff,
He's live right now.
Live
Oh
right
my
now.
gosh.
as we talk.
So many funny
he just-
comments from the
He just
viewers.
requoted something. I don't know if that's a thing, but
That's close.
Requote.
hey,
He
other
retruthed
than
it.
that, he truthed it. Hey, did I miss anything, Coach?
No, I think that's it. www.theokpodcast.com. Subscribe to everything. Thanks for tuning in. Another great episode, and we'll see you next time.